Today, I would like to talk about seniority, what it means to me at the gross level, why misconceiving the meaning and notion of seniority caused me so much mental suffering in my early monastic life, and how it has had a transformative effect on my personal growth and spiritual practice over the last 1.5 years. Like any workplace, organization, and institution, monastery also adopts a seniority system, a ranking or hierarchy among monastics based on the relative length of their full or novice ordination, which I believe that each monastery has its own. At the gross and individual level, seniority refers to a position or status that a monastic holds relative to another monastic. Much to my surprise, when I was preparing for my BBC today, my naive thought when I ordained was that my seniority in the ordination order made me feel special and important. I had no idea what it entails a few years later. Indeed, seniority does have several positive factors to its name. Firstly, it provides monastic a clear understanding of why certain roles, duties, and responsibilities are designated to seniors, such as novice mentors, novice masters, guide, and so on, and what to expect. Secondly, is it used to assign monastic to specific tasks or responsibility based on their seniority on different rotas or different roles in many formal events. Lastly, it really makes it easy for people who's in charge of setting up for teachings, rituals, and formal events know where to place monastic properly. Before I move on to the next point, I would like to share my past personal experiences with you. By now, most of you already know I was trained in the nunnery of about 150 nuns in Vietnam for about 6 months after I ordained. As a baby nun in that nunnery, I felt left out because I was the last one in the long foot line, or in the last row during chanting or during confession ceremony. Conversely, I did not feel at ease sitting in the middle section of the big dining hall reserved for senior with 20 years of seniority or higher, when there was no seat available for the most junior like myself when I show up late for lunch. I didn't feel that I belonged to that group at all. Then a few months later, a group of 10 young lay women went forth and ordained. I was a little bit arrogant because now I was more senior than them. Especially, I was no longer the last one in the long food line. And my misery continued on when I went to Taiwan for full ordination in 2017. I remember I felt irritated and resentful over the seniority issue for quite a while. All the negative thoughts kept popping up in my mind. Who came up with the rule that allowed the junior monks to stand or sit in the front of the senior nuns? The Buddha or the ancient masters? Why do the nuns have to walk behind the monks? It was unfair that all the junior monks become senior to me overnight because they did not have to go through the dual sangha to receive full ordination. Fortunately, I was able to let go of my nagging complaints and rumination over that issue because I had to finally accept the philosophy that when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I had a great laugh at myself when recalling my initial motivation. I came to Taiwan to receive training for full ordination and not to protest over the seniority or gender inequality issue. So next, you might wonder why I struggle against the meaning and notion of seniority in my early monastic life that trigger anger, jealousy, pride, competition, arrogance, irritation, and resentment. Let's examine, explore, and investigate what the real troublemaker is. Indeed, what I call seniority is merely a convention. When I ordain, I am told my seniority or position in the ordination order. Of course, the last one. After being in that position for a while, I start to think that my seniority, called most junior, newly ordained, novice, training nun, and eventually bhikshuni actually exists. Furthermore, I identify with my seniority and all that pertain to it: status, privilege, authority, title, role, and responsibility as something I possess or something that I actually who I am. I am more senior than you. I'm behind this month. I'm ahead this month. I'm a chant leader. I'm a Pratimosha reciter. This spot is mine. I am number 11 in the ordination order, and so on. Upon very close examination and reflective investigation, I realized that seniority is not who and what I am. Indeed, the sense of self and self-obsession are the real troublemakers. Because I'm unable to recognize this perception of self, I keep making myself wrap up in that feeling or perception of self, giving weight to it, believing in it, and worst of all, buying into the I-making, my-making habit. As the result, I carry a useless burden with my increased attachment to my seniority, along with an unrealistic expectation about its fixed and unchanging nature. I completely ignore the fact that I might move up or down in the ordination order in different situations at any time. I'm very happy that my mental misery related to seniority issue gradually become less troublesome over the years. Last but not least, I would like to share how seniority has had a positive and transformative effect on me over the last 1.5 years. Personally, seniority has helped me develop a sense of respect for the seniors, seek guidance and advice from them when needed, and learn from their examples, their knowledge and expertise, their skills and their personal experiences. In addition, I feel the need and responsibility to take the initiative to explore suitable opportunities in order to learn more skills so that I can step up to many roles that a senior holds. Furthermore, it has also helped me overcome my shyness and passivity and become more engaged in more activities, such as leading the chanting or participating in the discussion group. Spiritually, each time I move up in the ordination order, it is a perfect timing for me to perform a self-evaluation by examining and asking myself, do I climb up the staircase to liberation, or do I climb up to the monastic career ladder? Am I a role model and a good example for the juniors? Are my transcendent virtues and good qualities growing? Am I getting more stable, steady, and grounded in the Dharma? Am I getting little more mature in my practices? These few questions does help me reflect back on my practices so that I can take firm and decisive steps to stay on track in order to progress on the path. So even though I have ordained for a few years, I still consider myself a baby nun with so much to learn, to improve, and to grow. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to Venerable children, Venerable cadre, and all the seniors who have lifted me up with your unending kindness and support. Thank you for listening.